I was hoping the washing machine would have finished by the time I started the live stream, but as you can hear, it is still somewhat going. So hopefully it won't be too loud. It's on the spin cycle, so it's about to finish. Hopefully it won't be too disturbing, because I wouldn't like that. Oh no. Anyway, as you can see here, I have myself a pan, and this pan is very useful at boiling things. Yeah, boiling things like potatoes, carrots, broccoli. Don't boil broccoli for long, you ruin it. I am indeed going to make some chips tonight. I tell you what, whilst this is going on, I'll move a bit closer to the camera and just simply read the comments out first, because if I'm too far away, you're probably not going to be able to hear me. So, let's see who is here already. Oh, hang on. I think it's slowing down, but I'll just say hello and things, and then I'm going to start peeling some potatoes. It's not one of my favourite jobs at all. But Greenwood is here. Good evening, all. Evening, Mustard. Hope you've had a super cheerful day. Thank you very much. Very good evening, Mustard and the Greenwood. There's Andrew Butty Geek, and then of course the rules set out by my moderator, the Greenwood. Hello, I'm your friendly resident moderator, here to tickle your fancy with all kinds of moderation delights. I also seem to be unable to type tonight as well, as it took me 3 goes to get that right. No, I haven't done it. I am going to do it right now. So there we go. Live chat is where we are set, and it's stopped. But actually, do you know what? There does appear to be a few more people in than normal. So certainly so far. So let's see. Let's see if I can encourage them not to simply disappear on me tonight. Hooked on Classics is here. Hello, Simone. And no, as you may well know, my charming sister from a drunken... As you may well know, my charming sister from a drunken mister, I am absolutely full of gunk and shot full of phlegm and cough, and I dare you utter it. Potentially a dose of COVID. Oh, well, I hope not, because that's not very nice, is it? Anyway, and then it goes on to say hello to people. Hello, Big Boss Mustard Cream, says Phantom. Oh, what do you mean by that? No worries about it. Just carry on with that. In fact, yes. Diane Hook is here as well. Welcome, Diane Hook. What the X? That noise? It says, yeah, it's finished now. Obviously, the trouble is, my live streams tend to be conducted from the kitchen, and the washing machine does have lots of use. Not lots of uses, lots of use. George, hello, Captain. I hope you're all right. Hello, Simone, and everyone. I'm fine. Sorry I was not here yesterday. I was tired and getting back to school. Oh, gosh, right. Don't worry, Phantom. Ed Usher is here, who says hi, hello, and Mystic Hair as well. Oh, it's starting doing some more. I think the spin cycle has finished. I hope it has. And Tyler Kennedy. Hello, I'm your friendly neighbourhood criminal. Well done, Tyler, old chap, who's not so old, of course. Oh, right. Let's sort of spin this around ever so slightly there, because what I'm going to do is put some water into this receptacle, this pan. This pan it doesn't leak out the bottom. It says a stainless steel pan, and I'm going to use it to boil some potatoes. As you might know, come on. This evening, I'm going to flip somewhat between reading comments and actually doing things as much as I can, because I have been told, and a couple of people in the comments in the video that I posted last night I've said about reading for too long, reading glasses on, causes problems, and I don't want any more problems than what I actually currently have. So, yeah, chips is what I'm making. Chips, not mash, not that other stuff you can do with potatoes. Oh, there's many things you can do with a potato, isn't there? Many, many things. And the things I'm mostly interested in are the varieties of where you cook them and eat them. It's easier to put that there. Yeah. Yes, indeed. Right. Okay. Oh, right. Hang on. Peel them straight into the food bin. That's the way. So, right, yeah, chips. Now, I've decided today, I've started making a new video for this channel as well. You know, I'm basically giving myself an awful lot more work, but this new video is going to be about something I did talk about ever so slightly last night, which is the fact that I have put on a bit of weight. And although I don't feel like I look that bad with it, I don't really have the same kind of energy that I used to have. And I quite like to have that kind of energy back. Maybe a few years ago, I used to do lots of cycling. I could go a very long way. I rode 43 miles on my bike to collect a car in summer during the daytime. And it was about 25 degrees, and I managed to do this fine. These days I'd be lucky if I could do 2 or 3 miles without actually just feeling like I'm about to collapse, and I want to change that. And I'm figuring that this channel will be good for, you know, possibly documenting such things. Nigel can carry on staying with just the car stuff, and on here I'll do videos that are a little bit easier for most people to get into. So Gone will be, well, not Gone, I'll carry on with Nigel, but no surreal stuff, no really weird music, just the kind of music that will be on there, which I will continue to do, will be just on the guitar, because obviously that is an instrument that I've spent an awful long time learning to play, whereas the keyboard I never did. I've just got a keyboard, and because it's full of sounds, you can basically knock a tune out, and it makes it sound like you can play it when in actual fact you can't. So this will be something a lot more honest. Honest might be the word. Now, what was I saying? Oh yeah, the video from last night. That's what I was talking about. Yeah, so I've decided that this is going to be the last chips that I have for a month. And for the next month, I'm going to make a video of this. I started it today, that won't come out until a month, where I just go and try out the egg and meat diet. So it's eggs, meat. Obviously not completely cut out carbs, but the best way is to really, really reduce them, so you have very, very few of them indeed. And then your body starts to burn up the resources that are within it, rather than just what you put in it. So my ideal thing would be to get down to about 13 stone, I reckon. Well, lose 2 stone. Gosh, it sounds. I've never considered this, the idea of being on a diet. So I'm not going to even call it that. It's just a lifestyle change. Let me just quickly wash these spuddies. Oh, don't fall there. Wash. Oh, I know. 2 more to wash. Right, so chips, what I'm doing is oven chips. But due to the way I'm going to do it, this should turn out to be lovely and crunchy and super fluffy on the inside. A bit like what you would do with a roast potato. So cooked in the same kind of way. Parboil them, then stick them in quite a hot oven, keep tossing them around and things, and they should work. Now, I'm sure many of you here are old enough to remember the old chip pan days where you'd have a chip pan, a pan that kind of size or even bigger, just full to the brim with fat, with cooking oil. And it was probably one of the most popular ways of people having their houses burnt down. Because if you obviously don't control it too well, then that's exactly what can happen. Right, so big chips as well, quite chunky ones like that, you see. It will be a bit tricky getting this just right, because once they start to boil, you will then want to go really rather crumbly. So I've got to get them out as soon as they start to do that. Again, I'm struggling here to have a conversation and I was going to say I'm struggling to have a conversation and talk, but of course I'm not struggling to have a conversation and talk, am I? I'm struggling to give some information about what I might actually be doing here. What I have been doing really most of the time is trying to be prepared. So I'm not doing this sort of thing during a live stream, but then for many people that's what they want to see in a live stream. They want to see somebody actually doing something rather than just talking. But if it wasn't for the fact that I'm struggling to read a lot of the time, I probably would just carry on as normal. I think I've done too many chips already. I thought no, that'll be the right amount, but I've done too many. That's enough. I can't really put these in as well. Oh no, I can. I'm going to have to, aren't I? I'm going to have to do. I don't really want to waste the potatoes. Potatoes are cheap, of course, but I don't like wasting food. Who does? Some people do, I guess. Right, I've got some particularly chunky ones just here. Right, there we go. When they've cooked a little bit, I shall obviously take them out, stick them in. Shall I use the old? Yeah, I'll use this. The big glass thingy. And in here, the oil I'm going to use is going to be good old lard. Yes, lard. Oh. Lard's the best thing. You cook roast potatoes in lard, they taste much better and they crisp up much nicer, they crisp up much nicer than what they would do if you used a different kind of oil. Where's my lard? So it's going to be quite simple. But what do you have with chips though? That's the thing. If your chips are good enough, if they're really nice chips, you just have them by themselves, can't you? There's a nice big dollop of lard there. Oh no, hang on. Wait a minute. Yeah, no, yeah, I want to have it warmed up ever so slightly. Just to melt it to start with. I'm not going to go do this mad thing where you triple cook them and things like that. If you get it right first time, you shouldn't really need to do that. And I am going to get it right first time. What would you have with chips though? Fried egg? Yeah, fried egg. Beans. Ketchup. There's a point. I don't really like ketchup. But we ever made something a bit like ketchup with mango chutney and tomato puree. Might be ready for another experiment or something. Sorry, I'm getting messages off him. On what's that other social media thing called? Not social media, the messaging platform that, not Instagram. Oh, I don't know. I've just seen some messages come up there. Right, okay, now. I've been stood there yapping away to myself for long enough, haven't I? So now it is time to read some comments. See if anybody's got any suggestions. Or tell me things I shouldn't do with this foodie stuff. Well, there's been quite a few going on, hasn't it? Quite a few. Wow. Hey? Right. All right, okay, let's start with that joke there then, I reckon. There we go. There's a joke there from Phantom. What do maths books wear under their covers? Algebras. Algebras. What? Not sure that really makes. Very Muff Greenie. Grown-up stuff is overrated. That's why I only do it once a week. Very good morning to you, Captain and Chat. What's cooking? Asks Dinosaur Dad. Oh, well, actually, Dino Dad as his name now is. And no doubt you've actually caught up and seen what I'm actually doing. Chips. Hi, Tracy. Ross. Chips, and chips. And chips also. Lots of people agreeing it is actually chips. Yeah, I lost loads of weight when I cut down carbs and what is it? WhatsApp. That's the one. WhatsApp messages. When I cut out carbs and reduced portions, gained it all back when I had a baby 4 years later. Now I need to get back on it. Well, yeah. I mean, I lost a stone in a month. It was just so easy, by just not eating bread. It was amazing, really. Tyler says low carbs, high protein, and drink water instead of tea, and you'll lose weight. Oh no, tea! What's wrong with tea? There's nothing wrong with drinking tea. There's nothing wrong with drinking lots of water. But tea, gosh, my voice went rather curiously weird then, didn't it? Nothing wrong with tea. I don't drink alcohol, Ed. That's how I keep my youthful looks. Wee Batty. Wee Batty says British Life. That's I like that. That's a good name. I like that one. That's a 7 out of 10 for that. Triple cooked chips? No. I don't think there's going to be any point. You'll see them. These will be finished by the time I finish the live stream. So hopefully you'll see them and think, yep, no, they're just right. Like off MasterChef. I see someone making I see some fries. Oh, CGI. Hey, what's this? You have a cookout at your house? Not a cookout. No, just it's a kitchen. That's what you do. You do cook in the kitchen. That's the idea of it. That's why we have kitchens, isn't it? I can tell you all about diet and carbs, says Dino Dad. You're most welcome to do. Oh, I still remember the chip fan full of fat. And you're right about that. I'm not sure what. Right, okay. Blimey, you could play Jenga with those chips. If them being a bit bigger means there's the possibility of shaking them around a little bit and they won't completely fall apart. And even if they do, it doesn't really matter too much, does it? You know, big chips, yeah. Pity I haven't got a steak to go with it, actually. I'm not taking diet advice from a dinosaur. That's good. Our mum's chip pan used to get the odd bug or beetle in it, so she'd actually fry the chips with it still in there. My brother was something with legs. Well, I mean, obviously it wouldn't do you any harm. That's the thing. It just seems like a horrible thing. Hi Emma, oh no, I'm diabetic, so I know all about glycemic index and carbs. It was an earwig. You could see the pincers. Big Clem says, "Are you Australian?" No, I'm British, and it even says so in the title, and also in the when you upload a video or go live, it gives you the option to add a location. So put England because that's where I'm. In fact, I've got even more specific and put Rochdale. Crikey, my mum wasn't that bad with chip fat. Captain, have you ever heard of Aunt Bessie? Yeah, I have. And you're not going to tell me that I should just, let Aunt Bessie do it for me instead, are you? Flabberjabber, Man City 1 down. So Sam is here. Oh well, hello there. I'll be going in a while as my school has started. So no more mustard lives. Don't worry about it. You, this isn't important. This is just something to hang out in. And you'll not thank me when you're older if you've spent too much time listening to my nonsense. Right, flabberjabber. It's football. I'm not interested in football. I'm not even going to read any football stuff out, I'm afraid. I mean, no offence, I just don't like the thing. You want beef dripping for really good chips? Yes, indeed, Jimmy Quinn. And welcome. Messenger, WhatsApp, Tinder, Grinder. Hey Jimmy, yes to dripping. OnlyFans. Little Tommy Trinder. Oh right, Little Tommy Turbo. No, but actually it has got something to do with that. That's if you're thinking what I'm thinking, and maybe not. Tommy Turbo coming down on Saturday. Only chip pants. Only chip. Oh. Ex-hamster. Apparently, in the 90s, Instagram was just a very efficient drug dealer. The YOLO fan army and lots of things there. Andrew is cheeky, yes, and that's probably why we like him. I have no idea what you're talking about, and I missed it as well because, I don't see everything. I don't know why, you remind me of the NHS, says Charlotte Colliston. That is an interesting one, actually. I remind Charlotte of the NHS. Now, the thing is, to many people, that might just not make any sense whatsoever. And to me, it doesn't make any sense, but I'm intrigued by it because it's the kind of thing I think as well. Not like I'm like the NHS, but you can have two completely unrelated things, and somehow there's a connection between the two. And sometimes other people see exactly the same thing as well. There's a name for it, I forgot what it is. But I do it all the time with things. I like sweet potato chips if they're cooked right. Sweet potatoes are poo, according to Jimmy Quinn. Yeah, they are, aren't they, really? I mean, they're supposed to be good for you, but they're not very nice, are they? Tom Cheeseburger is here. I like your hair. Looks better when it's out and not tied up. Well, thank you. Amj is here. Hi. Hello, Amj. And Tyler Kennedy says, Mustard last seen walking into Specsavers shouting, I can't see. And then something else, I suppose. Love sweet potatoes, so good with salmon and sweet corn. Do you know what? Salmon's one of my favourite foods. I have it very, very rarely because it feels like a luxury. It feels like a luxury fish, and it's one of those things that you can get wrong so easily. You've got to cook it so it's just cooked, and then no more, because it goes dry, doesn't it? And then it's rubbish. Salmon. and some greens and some kind of homemade sauce, like a mushroom sauce, a proper mash like I did the other day. I'm starting to want that instead now. Let's be careful with this. I think that's probably good enough. It really doesn't take very long at all. Oh, right, hang on. Always get wild caught salmon. Yeah, I have noticed actually the difference in flavour between the expensive salmon and the stuff that's frozen. With meated, you don't really get, if you're talking like mince or something like that, it doesn't really seem to be that affected flavour-wise, depending on what's happened to it. Someone's going to tell me I'm completely wrong about that, aren't they? Well, I didn't have the heat up enough there, I don't think. So, right, let's get the water. Oh gosh, I nearly knocked my phone flying then. Get the water out. The main thing that this is going to need is actually salt. Nothing else, just salt. Other things can be added afterwards, of course. So a nice Himalayan rock salt, of course. That's the best one. Oh, does anybody think that the grinder is somewhat ASMR? I do. I love the grinder sound. I wonder if that's just right. Crikey, how much salt? Quite a bit, really, I suppose. Now, have I done that just right? I think I have. That is perfect. By doing a little bit more of that, the edges just get ever so slightly battered, but the actual potato is still holding together enough. So that means that when I bung it into the hot oil there, it should start to cook and go crispy really, really rather quickly. But, however, I'm keen, as you probably have guessed so far, of doing things quite slowly. Not everything, but cooking, yeah. Cooking, take your time and get it right. That's my, it's not a motto, it's just how I do it. It needs a cooking motto. Who does? Wild salmon. Oh, right, man. And now we're getting cooking advice from other people now as well. Yeah. So Greenwood says, make a loose parcel with foil, sprinkle salt on the salmon, loosely wrapped. 20 minutes in the oven. Perfect. Yes, that's how I did it. So sometimes use salt, but some foil and olive oil. What else did I put in there normally? Parsley. Actually, yeah. Sweet potatoes with chaat masala is delicious. It's tangy, sour with a hint of sweetness. We Indians sprinkle it on everything, supposedly healthy or any snack. Chaat masala. I've got some of that at work. Wild salmon. Yes, wild salmon. I hate to say, but it's less beer, bread, and pasta. It's just about willpower and portion size. Oh, right, hang on. Let's read that again down. I hate to say it, but it's less beer, bread, and pasta. So, in other words, all of those things are fine if you do them in moderation, which is true. Well, what I did find before was the only trouble with just eating something like eggs and bacon and things is you do get a bit bored with them after a while, and you crave something else. You just have to make sure you don't have too much of it. But yeah, beer's a difficult one because I love beer, and beer has stuff in it that makes you put weight on. If I was into red wine, it'd probably be a different matter. There isn't much people in the live today, says Tom. There isn't actually, no, because what happened with the lives when they started, I just got straight onto the algorithm happy chain or something, and I just got pulled along with it. I don't know how it happened, why it happened, but now I've been dropped off at the stop, and so all I can do is just carry on going and hope I get enough to keep it going. Maybe I'll get a few subscribers out of this today. I'm sure I got a few yesterday, but it's not like it was. I was doing a live stream and getting sort of 3,000 views and then about 50, 60 subscribers out of it as well. And hopefully some of those people are still here, but they're not in this live stream. So where they've gone, I don't really know. Salman Rushdie. Yep, start walking to work again, Fatty. And that's a good thing, of course, is I was doing quite a lot of walking to work during the winter, or certainly was the year before, because it would help me stay warm for the day. You get yourself, you walk at a decent pace, and your body just kind of, it gets warm because of moving, rather than getting warm because you sat in a car. And if you do the other thing where you just turn up in a freezing cold yard somewhere with the heating cranked up in your car, you don't want to get out. The moment you do get out, from being a bit too hot in there in the first place, you're freezing cold. But even putting on a stone is enough to make walking a couple of miles less pleasurable. And that's what I found. Do some research on framed salmon. Or farmed, you mean? Farmed salmon. It's not good. Oh, well. Now, I can imagine all sorts of things why it's not particularly good, actually. And it would be enough to make you put off. The trouble is, actually, a lot of the time when something is supposed to be wild caught or free range or what have you, it's kind of, they're rather loose terms, and they're not really that good after all. I do too. Grinder is intriguing, Mr. Mustard. Indeed intriguing, yes. White potatoes have the sugar effect of a glass of Coke. Really? That's a lot more than I thought. And that's obviously a surprise. Justin Stevens as well, because that's 5 question marks there. They don't taste very sugary though, do they? And so, Steve Perry. Steve Perry's commented on something. Maybe he's commenting on this live stream that I've shared on my Facebook group. Well, anyway, so many of us know that actually sugar's the real problem, not fat. And that's where you don't see it quite as much these days, but you have all sorts of health foods, healthy option foods that have less fat in. But all that does is just get replaced with something that's worse. Bored of bacon? Never, says Andrew Buttigieg. I mean, I must say it's difficult to get bored of bacon, even when you do eat it every day. For a while, I was just coming home. I was having like 4 eggs and half a packet of bacon when I come in, and it's absolutely superb. I really, really enjoyed it. But things like the takeaway, the Istanbul naan bread and the like, it was tempting. I went and had some for a treat once, and then I just went and had some more. You can put weight on drinking wine, trust me. Did you know walking was invented by William Slow in 1738? Before this date, everyone used to run, but his invention was to run twice as slow, and this became fashionable with nobility. Zishes says cutie. Okay. Hi, Paul. We're still here, says Trisha Alderman. Well, thank you very much for being here. Isa Zaman. Yeah. Hello, good sir. Hello to you too. You can Mystic. It's like a sugar gel. It hangs out for about 6 hours. Ah. So now I say cheerio, mates. That's a curious one. That's like you come into the live stream just to say bye-bye. 19 people here at the moment. I wonder which 19 they are. I reckon, well, I know the green one's going to be one. And Dino Dad, I reckon you're still here. Quite a few of you like live streams, and so you'll come along. I mean, there's not really any difference between this and the live streams over at Mustard, Captain Charcoal, what's it called, Project Nigel now, is there? Because the numbers are similar. In fact, these numbers are less than what I was getting on with the channel. But I'm not worried about it because there are many other exciting things to be happening soon. And if you haven't seen the video that I made, have a watch of it because you might like it. And you might be able to say, yeah, do more stuff like this, or don't bother because it's boring. Oh gosh, blanky birds. Blanky bird, blanky bird, blanky blanky bird, blanky bird, bird. Duck the what? So you eat fast, so big breakfast, no dinner, and eat when you get home. It was something like that. I always found it quite easy to not have breakfast anyway. I'm back trying to decide what to eat. Simone. Have some of these chips because I've got too many. Sam says, seems like I'll be staying for a while as I slept the whole day. Like the stream, everyone? Oh, yes, good point. Yes, they're not doing too bad. 23 likes on this. That's quite good. Doug, the Beast of Tag. Hi. Hello, Doug. Doug, the Beast of G-Tag. May I suggest some chips? Yeah. Yes, chips. They go with everything. And if you don't eat them all the time, they're not even boring. No. Everyone means these chips. These chips here. Now that typical. That towel is wet, and that's just not advisable. Absolutely loads of. Look how many I've got. There's way too many. There'd be no point at all in thinking about having something else with this. I don't know how I've got that so wrong. But I do sort of look at it as if you're going to have the oven on, don't have a lot of wasted space. Instead, go properly over the top with the amount of chips you're going to cook. You like triple cooked or double cooked chips? I suppose one thing you can always do is just cook them and then just cook them again the next day. But personally, I never liked it when they did that in the chippy. You know, the chippy just opens up and the chips that come out, that they're kind of a bit too... Maybe, but it's probably don't really work with the way they do it at the chippy, doing them double cooked. That's probably it, really, because they have too much heat. Whereas these are going on about 180 degrees, which isn't that much considering. Right, so there we go. I'm just going to settle down and just read comments again. So now what we need is well, comments to read, I suppose. There's no point in me sitting down to read comments that are actually there. Should we have a conversation about something rather exciting? Something Oh, I've got 27 people here at last. Wow. Please stay. Some new people have joined the live stream and I'm very grateful. So don't go away. Just stay here. If you stay here, you'll get to see some chips. And there's nothing much more exciting than chips, is there? Except well, probably most things. But chips that are done properly well is kind of similar to toast and Marmite, where although it's such a simple thing, you can't really get much tastier than it. And so, let's see who is still here again. Oh, right, I'm trying to make the words out of the words. I just don't know English, says whoever you are. Sorry about that. Willickson Lifestyle says that HJFK, whatever that means, I don't know. Chip Butty also saying yes, but you could have though. Chip butties again, you know, chips, loads of carbohydrates, butties, sandwich basically, bread, even more and even worse kind of carbohydrates. So let's forget about that. Pot noodle. Oh, no. Oh, right. Oh, there's a suggestion. Pot noodles not really food, though, is it? I'd always try and talk somebody out of eating things like a pot noodle. And if you have any more than one, it's not pot noodles, it's pot's noodle. Sam says, may I suggest some crisps, as the Brits call them, crisps? No. Snot poodle. What's on that dish? What dish? Hang on, am I missing something now? Am I missing something? Is it true that French fries were invented in Belgium, asks Ed Usher? Well, it could well be. Could well be. Definitely wasn't France, I don't think. And if it, you know, why they're called French fries? Well, I don't think the French really eat them, do they? It's just the Americans that like them. Now that was ASMR when the chips went into that hot fat. Yeah, exactly. I do that quite a lot when making curries. That you get to the point where you put tomatoes in and you've got some hot oil there, and I try to just keep putting it in a bit at a time, so that it sort of bubbles away and crackles, and then you move it to one side once it's got a bit cooked. You do a bit more, and you just keep it going, unless you're in a rush. If you're in a rush, it doesn't really work. So here we have chips, crisps, and hot chips, chips. Yeah, shouldn't be that confusing, should it? Oh, French fries, I can see, yum. No, they're definitely not French fries. They're way too fat for that. Cheesy chips? I'm a big fan of cheese, but I think cheese is, I wouldn't say overrated, but definitely overused. I didn't realise until now, but it looks like you've had your hair trimmed, says Zana Murray. Well, I did, but that was about 2 months ago. Yeah. Charlotte Colliston is back. Thank you, Charlotte. And get the cheddar grated mustard. But there's a point. Proper cheese, like just proper cheddar, fair enough. But you know, the processed stuff, the slicey things, that rubbery synthetic cheese that really isn't cheese at all. I don't really know what it actually is, but it's not nice. I don't like it. Oh, Irish Andy. Hi there from Ireland. Are you still here, Irish Andy? Because if you are, welcome to the live stream. Not poodle. Chips with Cajun. Oh, okay. Chips with Cajun are disgusting. Chip bits and Garnies, a jolly northern supper. I did it once back in the 70s, and it came with a pineapple fritter on the top. I'm watching. Oh, hang on. Oh, gosh, I almost put. Sorry, Dino Dad. I almost put you on timeout then. I'm watching this live on my phone. If I'm not careful, I'll swipe up, and there goes another live of an American trucker singing a song whilst he's driving. Imagine the reverse happening. Well, let's imagine it a bit more often, because actually, it sounds quite good. That is he any good at singing, or is that just an example of the kind of things that you would be likely to see? Yes, they were invented in, right, okay. Doc Spencer. Hello, Doc Spencer. What's up, Captain? It's up all right. Pommes frites, pot noodle, and the classic. Where did that come from? Where did that come from? Was it on the In-Betweeners? Oops. Well, I still look forward to seeing you make them chips. Oh, good. I'm glad you're looking forward to it. Andrew Buttigieg, Dino. I've made the mistake of accidentally swiping down. Oh, right. It's that bad, is it? No, I can't make that mistake. I can't swipe off my live stream like that. I bet. I bet the singing trucker's got more views than I have, hasn't he? Sometimes Pingu's popped in and he's told me all about what other live streamers are up to. So, who fancies doing that for me? Who fancies just telling me, just having a quick scoot off and seeing what's going on? Don't all do it because I have nobody at all then. But I am quite interested to see what my competition is tonight. Because that competition may well have some relevance on how many people are popping in here. Because if one live stream is absolutely awful, or say you just ultimately repulsed by an American trucker singing, then you're going to swipe off and look somewhere else. But if that's your kind of thing, then obviously that would work, would it? Mustard last spotted in Specsavers talking to a cardboard cutout because he thought he was a member of staff. It came from his dick. I know. Sometimes I make nasty. What? I've missed the joke there, I'm afraid. Oh, friends. Yeah, so right, okay, that was correct then, wasn't it? I saw an OF girly. Oh, right. SMH. What's SMH? I decided on pepperoni pizza, Simone. Well, I hope you enjoy it. Now there's a big man, Alaska, eating porridge. It is a nice choice. So, whilst I see whether anybody else has got any suggestions or something else, I'm actually going to pop back over to the other side of the kitchen, where I shall make myself a cup of coffee. Oh, I didn't even drink that last night, by the way. The Banks's ale. Where's Rover Joe when you want him? Rover Joe, come on. I should need some more water in there now. Just switch it on as well. I still fancy doing the experiment with the fish tank, the live stream on the fish late on, because I did that one evening just to see whether people would watch that, and what I ended up with was the normal people that would be on the live stream. So I'm going to suggest, I'm going to do that later on. The phone will be fully charged. I'm just going to leave it on there for a while. I'm not going to check on it, I'm not going to do anything, I'm not going to answer any comments. So unless you actually just want to watch the fish, don't bother joining in, because that's all there will be. What do you reckon? You never know, it might just bring some people in. Probably will, actually. Oh, milk. I do have to bounce his live stream. But then again, it's another one of those things where it won't make any difference. Although I couldn't watch his live stream whilst leaving the live stream running in the fish tank. So Who'd like to have a guess how long the chips would take to cook? Also, I suppose it'd be quite good to just keep flipping them around as well, so they're not just like you do with the roast potato. You get them out of the oven and you flip them over and things, don't you? If you do roast potatoes. Oh, poor Rover Joe. Oh, shake my head. It's SMH. The other thing is I can't remember what that was for now. Last night was a young lady doing shopping with the camera focused on her bosom area. Obviously, there will be men who want to see that, won't there? But because they won't be interested in anything else, will they? They're not going to be interested in what she's shopping. I hope the weather is good tomorrow. I hope it's good tomorrow as well, Simone. But it probably won't be, will it? It'll probably be awful, like it normally is. The guy from Alaska, his name is John, and he's actually eating a bowl of hamburger. Talking about his experience with other lifestyle diets versus him being on a carnivore diet. So the carnivore diet is pretty well known for actually working, though, isn't it? It's just that if you ate just beef and water, and you had to add salt on things quite a lot, and that's all you eat, you really would, I'm sure, you'd have to be particularly dedicated to it to not get bored with it, wouldn't you? You'd crave a piece of broccoli after a while, or a banana, or even, and I mean, you could have an egg, wouldn't do any harm, would it? But famously, Jordan Peterson, the American, or is he Canadian? I think he's Canadian, philosopher, thinker bloke. He has he's on the carnivore diet. And I saw him talking about it and saying that, in his 60s now, he's much stronger than he ever has been. But I simply couldn't just eat that. Hey chat, I am writing a proposal for a mathematics club. Homework, what should I fill in for its objectives? I haven't got a clue, sorry Sam. Getting my belly. I had a coolant leak into the Falcon last night, so today, water pump replacement day. Gosh, that sounds exciting. Banks' ale. I've supped enough of that in a former life. You can sup quite a bit of it, can't you? Because it's only 3.4%, so you can drink it and probably drink 10 of them and just need a wee quite a lot. Yeah, poor Rover Joe. Oh, I didn't know. I was talking to a little bit in the chat group I have with the Rover and British Marks group. He didn't mention anything about it then. Maybe he's just suddenly come over bad. There's part of your problem. You're drinking full fat milk. No, how's that the problem? It's not the problem at all. There's nothing wrong with full fat milk. In fact, that's proper milk. That's what milk should be. I'd rather watch the fishes than the drivel on the preacher's life. Oh, every time. Don't forget to give the like button a slap, says Simone. And thank you very much for that gentle reminder. And you know what? I have 29 likes on this, which isn't too bad, actually, is it? Considering that there's only 20 people here. What was happening before was that I have about 15 likes and about 150 people in, which is best. I suppose you could say that this ratio should be more like the kind of thing that the algorithm would pick up and go, oh, people obviously like that. Let's recommend it. rather than, maybe that's where it went wrong. You go on to one of these conveyor belts of everybody seeing your live stream, and unless you get enough likes for the amount of people going on, they just knock you down a peg or two. I bet that's what it is, because there's no one person controlling it. It's just an algorithm. It's software that makes decisions, but it doesn't even make decisions. It just takes information and does something with it. So there we go. Should for some reason I end up being higher up in the viewing thing, it's going to become really, really important. I do get likes in a live stream. Otherwise, I'll get kicked in the nads again. Andrew Batu. Oh, yes. Okay. Ute. Yes. First thing I did. Yes, you did. Well, I don't know you did, but yeah, some people will. The first thing they do is press the like button because it is the polite thing to do. Full fat milk is better for you. Fat isn't the enemy, says Greenwood. Now, yes, that's it. The skim milk and things is a fad, really. Well, it's a fad. It's been going on for years, but so many think that the way to reduce your fat is to have less of it, but it doesn't work like that. It really doesn't. My mate used to drive around stoned at night and says he's not dangerous because he drives between 17 and he drives between 17 and 20 miles per hour and stops for green lights. When you see somebody doing that, you know exactly what is going on, don't you? That's why they get pulled over. I'm in skim milk myself. It tastes like water. Yeah. Now my who I would call Baroness Mustard. If I go around to her house, she'll make me a cup of coffee, and she has skim milk. It just doesn't taste like there's any milk in it, and it's like, ugh, I don't even want to drink it. Take it to 6 knots of difficult job. On right. John from Alaska says Zana Murray has gone down over 100 pounds in 50 days. He started out a carnivore diet and a water fast, I believe. And you do need that if you're doing an awful lot of trucking. It's certainly in this country, if you want to put weight on fast, become a truck driver. Spend your days sat with your hands on a sweaty wheel, grazing on biscuits. And what's going to happen? You're going to get a bit on the lardy side. That's where it happened with me. It's known for working. I've seen dietitians and DRS on the other rip that trend apart. Yes, because I believe it's down to other things that you do in your life as well. You know, you can't just. Hang on, I'll have to come back to this one in a bit when I kind of think of the explanation that I know is there. I can't quite remember it at the moment. Mustard, have you ever played a card game? Have you ever played the card game Cards Against Humanity? It's like being rude and very offensive version of blankety blank. No, I haven't, but it sounds like something I would like. Is it physical cards, or is it just something you could do like in a WhatsApp group? Simone, how funny. I've been watching reruns of Blankety Blank on YouTube recently. Blankety Blank with Terry Wogan? Did Terry Wogan do Blankety Blank at one point? Or was it Les Dawson? I can't remember. I've never really been big on watching television. Full fat everything is way better for you. Anyways, without fat, our bodies can't utilize the vitamins we desperately need, says Zana, and that's kind of the point. Yes, sugar's the enemy. What did you cook, asks Matt. Finish photography. In the process of homemade oven chips that hopefully won't turn out disgusting and be the kind of chips that I will want to eat and not regret making so many of them, because I have made far too many. That is definitely the case. Oh, Divineful. I don't know Divineful. Taylor Barnham was here and asks, can you sing? Of sorts, yeah. Orange Park, show us that aquarium behind you. I know where it is. Well, right, you can have a quick look. You can have a quick look at the aquarium, but yeah, I'm going to do that tonight. When it's past midnight, there's going to be an aquarium live stream that may go on for quite a while. I don't think I've got anything I really need to do on my phone. So yeah, let's give that a go. Mixed onions. A man says to his wife, grab your jacket, we're going to the pub. She asks, oh, where are you taking me? No, I'm turning the heating off, he says, and that is a joke I quite like, but I've heard before. It's an actual card game, says Simone. Well, with actual cards? Or is it cards that have things already written on them that you're supposed to say? You can tell, I don't know. Terry Wogan had the skinny mic and Les Dawson, yes, right. Ah, yes, I remember that now. Yes, it was like a little, looked like a golf ball on a stalk about that long. That's right, isn't it? I'm going to see if I can read without the glasses. Look how much further away I am to try and read this. Mystic hair, yes he did. He had it on a stick with a microphone on the end of it. I read that from that distance. That's about nearly 3 foot away. Yes, that's the one, Dino. Mustard could. Right, now I'm struggling for Emma Lemon. Emma Lemon, I forgot you was here. You must have disappeared for a while. Oh right, that's quite a nice thing to say actually. Mustard could be the hairy biker, the replacement hairy biker. I could be, yeah, except I don't do bikes, and I never watched the hairy bikers. But I believe it was a really rather lovely show. The friendship between these two chaps was very, very clear that it was real. Does this help, It does. Somebody had this the other day. I can actually read that from, actually about 3.5 foot away. But typing everything in capitals is just, it's not nice, is it? I'm going to read these 2 comments, and then I'm going to get back to just doing something here anyway. So I'll give the old eyeballs a rest for that. That would be awesome. To have a live stream of your aquarium would be very relaxing and better than a fake aquarium. Screensaver or child's lullaby or nightlight toy. Well, there we go. That's definitely a thumbs up. What logic behind it uses another useless diet to trendies? Only meat, especially red meat, will not give you proper nutrition as well as the carbs you need, thus affecting your ability to work. HIIT. What logic behind? Well, the logic behind it is that the reason that we need so many vitamins is because without them, we can't. Well, you don't need the vitamins if you're not having loads of carbs, from what I believe. I'm not an expert on this. I have just watched a few things. I've spoken to a few people that happen to really seem to know quite a lot about it. And what they say does really make sense. And I also know from experience, having tried a month with very, very little carbs, how much more energy I had, and how much weight I lost without even doing anything. Charlotte Castleston just finished scrolling lives. Came across someone making paper models. Someone reading fortunes, a man reading hymns to his children, and someone discussing twin flames and preparing dinner. Thank you. You don't need a lot of carbs. Certainly you don't need the processed carbs in bread and pasta. Good carbs, vegetables, Yeah, vegetables, yeah, of course. Potatoes are probably one of the better ones, aren't they? And things like beans as well are very low carb and won't induce uh, glucose in your body. Very well said, thank you, Greenwood. I hear the hairy bikers got divorced. Also, you want that amount of fat be harmful? I mean, you could digest it considering the increase in metabolism due to water fast, but our bodies can adapt. Doesn't mean it's ideal. They don't adapt so much as that's what they run better on. You need water as well. You need a lot of water, but there's no adapting actually needed. Emma says, Emma Lemon, which probably isn't even your real name, is it? The fish tank with mustard quietly describing the story of playing out between the fishes of the tank, running over the top, fishy footage. Have you? Has anyone seen the video I did where I did a improvised 10 minutes worth of classical guitar whilst focusing on the fish tank? I can't really do that at night time because it's too loud. And one of the issues with classical guitar is you do need some nails, and they get snagged very, very easily when you're dabbling with cars. And it's the glucose in your blood that gets stored as fat if in excess, and that's the sugar issue. Mustard, do you ever cook or bake with figs? I was eating some from a bag, sun-dried Simrud figs from Costco, and I thought it would be absolutely something to see you preparing some magnificent figs. I've never done that. Can you grow a garden in your house? Asks Harry. Can you grow a garden? Do you mean can you grow vegetables in the house? Because you can have pots, can't you? Maybe that's rather what you mean. Did something similar. Oh right, yeah, exactly, yeah. If you have IBS, of course, traditional diet ideas go out of the window. Where does IBS come from in England? Not really, especially if you're getting the mass-produced, not eating mass-produced stuff, of course. One slice of homemade sourdough will be fine. And yes, if you like bread, make it yourself. That's kind of the thing, isn't it? Although it's time-consuming and it's not cheap. But nothing is if it's good, is it? You know what time it is? It's time to get them out of the oven and have a little shake around. Oh, there it is. A long way from actually being ready. They are starting to crisp up a little bit in places. There's definitely too many chips in there. Egg and chips, eh? Egg and chips is one of those things that you'd have when you come home from school because your mum hadn't learned to cook anything else and because it was too expensive to do anything else. Food's changed an awful lot in 30 years or so. Then again, when I was growing up, there wasn't really anything that convenient. Sort of convenience food wasn't really there so much. The 70s was the start of the microwave dinner, and I think they were expensive at the time, although they probably seemed really quite glamorous as well. I best nip upstairs and do some good nights, and I'll be back down in a moment.
ones.
Bum bum.
Daddy. Daddy.
Yeah.
You just get my cardigan off the back of the door handle. It's okay. Love you.
This one.
Thank you.
Chips.
Love you.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah? Yeah. Love you. Love you. Salt and black pepper?
Yeah, I'm not ready yet.
Okay.
Somebody's creeping downstairs by the looks of it already. Into bed, please. No, I haven't finished. I'll finish. You keep me downstairs. See you in a bit. Ow! Right. The chips aren't ready yet, and I can see shadows again. Excuse me. Back upstairs. Let's go back to these comments again. Come on. That's what it was up to. No to potatoes. Sweet potatoes much better. The physical exercise we need to do to just burn off the toast is quite a lot. Yep, it is. That's Dinosaur Don who said that. I'll grow some vegetables in your attic. Thank you. Justin Williams, OJ Simpson. The smoking veggies. When is it too late to have kids? Well, I suppose it's too late when it's too late because you're not physically capable. 3 a.m. when you're dead. I was just about to have you ever been in were you ever in an 80s rock band? No, I wasn't. No, in the 80s I was a teenager, so maybe just a bit too young for that. Thanks for the info, Greenie. Also, a random thing in my culture, says Sam, we do have processed food, but we tend to lean towards whole foods that aren't processed. Is anyone smoking crack? Asks Justin Williams. Well, they weren't until you arrived, so yeah, I bet you've gone now. Sorry, Justin. Sorry, I couldn't resist that. Hopefully, you're still here and you've liked this live stream. Beans and potatoes cause inflammation in the body. However, if you bake potatoes, let them cool all the way down and put them in the fridge and bake them again, continued, that process makes it so the potato starch is changed so the body can't use all of them properly and not to spike in your blood sugar. The only downfall is that you're supposed to eat or cook potatoes with anything other than butter. Supposedly. Without butter, they're not really much good, are they? I'm just here. I'm just here. I am just for my sore back, though. Boom, boom. Okay. Right, so I got kicked out of my church for smoking crack. I bet you did. Yeah, I made a whole lot of homemade chips when I was fast. Process is hectic, but worth it because the chips are delightful during fasts. Denise Maiden is here. Hello. Oh, Bev Coles. Good old 70s Vesta curry in a box. You can still get them in Morrison's or Waitrose, but the taste lovely jubbly. Yeah. Oh. I remember those kind of curries. I remember Vesta curries. They had turmeric rice, I think, but as I remember, they were just like a really generic curry with raisins in. If you have biryani, you can have biryanis often have dates in, not raisins. Raisins just really odd. Fish and chips, rice or miso. Oh gosh, Skick is here. Everybody put down the tools because Skick is here. What would you like to talk about, Mustard? I don't know. I don't know. The thing is, when you have so many people in one live stream, the conversation just happens because of things that other people are saying, doesn't it? And obviously, many people know Skick as well. Moody and Meadow, please, I'm in danger. Right, okay. That's a strange message, that Moody and Meadow. And also, you need to go into a much bigger live stream where people are more likely to take you seriously, I reckon. Hello, hello, hello. Raisins in curry are nasty. What, yeah, what is Moody and Meadow? That's potentially quite a good name though as well. It's a shame. It's a shame when people have good usernames and then they don't do something good with them. Oh. What would you like to talk about, Skick? That's what I'd like to know. No, pineapple on pizza. There's nothing wrong with that. Pineapple, and pizza. Pineapple on the pizza. Shepherd's pie next time. Do you prefer shepherd's pie or cottage pie? I prefer cottage pie because of lamb. Maybe if you don't live near the countryside and you don't see the lovely little lammies knocking about so much, you don't have that same thing. But here, you do see an awful lot of little lammy things. And the worst thing is when you walk in and you just see them when they're pretty much brand new and they're doing that kind of bouncing around thing and bleating, and you think, I can't eat that. That's awful. I don't want to eat that. And then you don't until you forget about it. Oh, and I might have mentioned as well, the first lamb I saw of the year had a number 42 stuck on the side of it because they number them, don't they? So lamb number 42, my favourite number, and I saw it again yesterday, so it's still alive. Sultanas, right. It'd probably be sultanas rather than raisins. Sultanas are like lighter in colour and a bit more squishy, aren't they? I'm not allowed in church because I water-potted the vicar until he told me where he keeps his wine. Which sauce would you put on chips? Which sauce you put on chips says a lot about a person. Right, well, okay, so for proper homemade chips like this, no sauce, probably. No sauce. Maybe a little dollop of mayonnaise, you can just dip a little bit in from time to time. But if these turn out exactly as I want them, they're just going to be too nice by themselves, and anything would actually kind of spoil them somewhat. Now, I have memories of the old homemade chips where there's the big pan and the thing that you put the chips in, and the danger and the jeopardy of the house burning down, with my mum cooking them, and she would just get the potato, cut it up into bits, and then stick it in there until they went brown, because obviously the fat was incredibly hot. But then you had these kind of chips that were a dark brown colour but barely cooked on the inside. I didn't like them at all. Yes, does the greenie. Raisins are in some curries, says Sam, are acceptable. For example, panna, the curries that have more onion base than tomato. Oh, that's an interesting insight into that as well. I reckon I should actually make some proper, more authentic curries actually, because I do like most people. You end up with something bit of a combination of things really. But then you make what you like, don't you? Give me a good reason why you are a non-believer, says Skick. Ah, right. Well, that's a good question actually. So well done. For me to believe anything, I have to believe it, and if I don't believe it, then I'm not going to pretend to believe it. And that's the thing, really. It's like you never know where they are, but flat earthers. Okay, there's a whole movement of flat earthers across America. Usually in the American parts where they in deserts and they have they live on trailer parks and they don't tend to go anywhere. They've never been out of the state, so they're more likely to believe that this is it. Now I'm not actually very careful not to be too judgmental there, because I don't mean that there's anything wrong with them, but if they haven't travelled at all, if they haven't gone anywhere, and people who live in those kind of areas are known for never really going anywhere, then they're more likely to believe something like that. But that's a belief based on something that someone's told you, and you think, oh yeah, that makes sense. Now, if you have proof, that's very much a different thing. But then, you can say, well, what kind of proof is that? Have you seen it with your own eyes? No, I've not been into space. I've not been to anywhere else in space, like most of us haven't. But if we understand physics and mathematics and things, then you don't end up thinking, oh no, it doesn't make sense. It's just a great big old conspiracy theory. And I'm afraid, when it comes to religion, I'm perfectly happy for other people to be believers, and I'm not trying to track them, talk them out of it. I'm not going to say, well, why should you believe in that? There isn't any proof, because they have faith in it, and that's what they have. But I don't have faith in something I don't believe in. I haven't been given any proof, and that's the problem. If there's no proof, I'm not going to believe it. I wouldn't believe anything else without any proof, so what's the difference? Moody and Meadow, I saw you on John's from Alaska live chatting, saying the same thing. Refugee in need. There's not much we can do on here. Nicely said, actually. Howie, is it bad to eat dessert after every meal? Probably, yeah. Probably, because it's dessert's always going to be very high in sugar, isn't it? I have to make pizza soon. Been ages since I've made one, and I love the way I make them, says Greenwood. And do you do your own bread as well? Because I think that's really the key to making them nice. And I've done them, haven't I? You've probably seen that the sourdough, the bread, if you can call it sourdough, just left overnight to go to ferment and start to smell a bit strange, does have much more flavour to it. And yeah, they might not look particularly well. Actually, I suppose the thing is, if your homemade pizza that you make so it's tasty isn't going to look like one that comes from the shop that isn't tasty. Tomato sauce, Dino. Do tell us your way, Greenie. Tyler, you are related to a man called Cheeseburger. Cara Main is here and says, hi, I'm new. If you're still here, that is. You should make breakfast out of desserts. I'm going to have a crack at pizza making this very weekend, says Pizza Hair. Mystic Hair. Sauce on chips. HP Fruity, of course. Oh, yeah. HP Fruity sauce. I forgot about that one. Wealthy mindset frame. Your thoughts on people are so egotistical and arrogant. They want they want others to be humble, but not themselves. Your thoughts are Right, hang on. Your thoughts on people are so egotistical and arrogant that they want others to be humble and not themselves. Now, I'm not sure whether you're telling me that's what I'm thinking or you're asking me what my thoughts are, because it's not quite as clear as I would like it to be able to, come back at that properly. My dog drools. What should I do? I'm not a refugee. I just do all I can. I make a basic bread from scratch. Add all the veg, meat toppings, love dried basil and fresh mozzarella, and finish it with a drizzle of olive oil. Lovely. Am I not safe? Am I not? I'm not safe. Please pass my. Right. I'm not safe. Please pass on my message. Who are we going to pass it on to, though? That's the thing, though. Who can we pass it on to that you can't pass it on yourself? And where are you? And what's going on? The Greenwood, how much money do you make? That's a strange question, isn't it? I bet. Yes. Enough to live on, keep a roof on my head, and have fun. How about you? Good, good. Yeah, salt and vinegar chips or garlic alloy sauce. Mmm. The Greenwood is that. Oh. Does your family eat cereals? Well, yes, they do, and cereals are particularly good for you. I know. In fact, if there's one thing, they should probably eat a lot less, would be breakfast cereal. But what I do like to buy is muesli, which of course is oats, and oats are not anywhere near as bad. Well, in fact, oats are okay. It's just the other stuff, all the super processed stuff, that's a problem. We all love a good homemade pizza. Life isn't about making money, and money can't buy happiness or inner peace. That is true. You can't argue with. Well, you could argue with it, but you'd be arguing a rather difficult point that no one's really going to take you upon and actually agree with. Hello, maniacs. Ismail Kappa or Kapar. Oh, right. Okay. Now that's interesting. Are we going to have a little argument here then? Wealthy mindset frame. That's the wrongest statement I have ever read. How can it be the wrongest statement you've ever read? That's a very curious one. If you was to say everything that it makes you happy is actually something that makes, I don't know, I'm struggling to come up with something really utter nonsense that you might agree with. Happiness doesn't make you happy. How about that? People should be miserable because that will make them happy. Isn't that a bit more wrong? You're not going home empty-handed. No, taking home blankety blank and a. The Greenwood, you're entitled to your incorrect opinion. I said that. Could you bake a cake without any ingredients? Says Skick. The fact that you are here must mean there is a creator. How does it mean there's a creator? It doesn't mean there's a creator. Simple one back at you, Skick. Who created the creator? And I know this is a question that comes up all the time. If God invented and made all of us, who made him? But I've never had a satisfactory answer to that one. Bad news, my boy's dog got to go to court because he's been drinking all the paint. He's been drinking all the paint whilst doing community service. I know the truth hurt, but it's okay. Well, the thing is, wealthy mindset frame. The truth can't hurt, can it? You can't just tell somebody that they're wrong and say, well, you disagree because the truth hurts. You disagree because, to my mind, and what you just said there doesn't make any sense anyway. Sorry. The truth hurts, doesn't it? Horace Shoes. That's a cool name as well. Horace Shoes. Hey, my man. My brand's been trying too hard to send you a package. Okay. For this last month. It's our new Shizen Circums. Right, thank you. On John's Alaska live chat, you keep mentioning UNHCR. A UN refugee agency is a global organization dedicated to saving lives and protecting the rights of refugees forcibly displaced. Shimson, how do you feel about immigration? Well, I'm not going to be immigrated, so I don't really need to worry about it too much. Sam says, I saw a skit about some mythology and how life was formed. I like the punchline. Not much thought was put into it. They shouldn't be allowed. Oh, right, I see. What, immigration? They shouldn't be allowed. So you're saying that immigration shouldn't be a thing at all? Well, Jimmy Quinn, Bile. Jimmy Quinn always exists. He just disappears. I didn't know. Oh no, I did know he was here. I knew he was here before. Let's know your size. I'll get you. I like your hair. I like your hair, says Leviathan. Thank you very much. It's now thought oat milk may make blood glucose spike, which was news I wasn't happy about. If you're intolerant, if you're lactose intolerant or something, that could be a problem, couldn't it? No need to argue opinions that aren't valued by the audience here, says Sam. Happiness is a choice. Well, I mean, I do think that happiness is a choice. I think that happy people have made the effort more than people that simply refuse to be happy. What do you mean, who are you? Charlotte Calliston. Imagine if the Great Fire of London had never happened. Would London be a sprawling metropolis of Tudor buildings or a chaotic labyrinth of wood-panelled walkways? That's a good question. I like that question, actually. We don't know the answer to it, but it is a good question. Because, well, probably it... I mean, London's been just built on what's already there, hasn't it? And then eventually some things get knocked down. But when something's been there long enough, nobody wants to knock it down. So yeah, possibly. Although I reckon there'd be old London and there'd be like a new London as well. And it may have even made a newer London more new than what it is now, and kept the old London as it was. Oh gosh, I reckon something like that would have happened. I'm going to get to the bottom of the comments and then I'll check on the chips again. Yeah, the flying spaghetti monster. Right, wealthy mindset says some very strange things. Zana Murray, what if your mother died? Can you still be happy? Yes, you can. Of course you can. What choice have you got? Life goes on. It doesn't mean you're going to be happy that it happens. But you're not going to spend the rest of your life being unhappy, are you? And if you think that's the correct way of doing things, then that really is just a bit backwards. Everyone knows we're from alien DNA, and that is just as good an argument as any, really. this should be good, right? You disagree because you either believe in something nonsense like happiness or inner peace, which can't be achieved without money in this world. Oh, that is right. Now, when we're saying about a statement that is more nonsense than ever, that's probably it. That's probably it. Yeah. Right. Now, happiness gives you the opportunity to buy things that make you temporarily happy. Sorry, money gives you the opportunity to buy things that make you temporarily happy. It doesn't buy happiness. And people, in actual fact, I say I would imagine, because obviously I don't know it from both sides, but if you try and achieve happiness by buying things, you're going to make yourself miserable because you'll always be after buying something else. You know, the next thing. It's like fashion as well. It's like fashion. People who follow fashion to the degree where they have to have the latest thing. They're not happy people. They're miserable because they're constantly having to keep up with something that really doesn't matter. And that's what we really need is enough money to buy the things that you need, not the things you don't. As soon as you're putting attention into things that you simply don't need, you're not making yourself happy. You're making yourself unhappy. So in actual fact, I think you've got it completely the wrong way round. My parents are both dead and I'm happy. Those two statements aren't related to each other. Agreed. Fresh water tank behind you, says Cash. Yes, it is. I am. Both my parents are both overseas, mum in England, dad in Malta. So without immigration, I wouldn't be here. And again, picking up on, it's good to let people like this actually join in and just say what they think, because we might be able to help. My mother died and I am happy. Okay, well, things could be better, but it's nothing to do with my mother having died, says Emma Lemon. From your attitude, I'd reply, I am someone who's not into red pill. What's red pill? I'm nonchalant about it. To be honest, my mind has been much improved in areas since. Yeah. Oh, right, fair enough. Do you think happiness can be affected by loneliness? Well, yeah, yes, it can. But you don't have to be lonely just because you're alone. It depends. You know, we're all different, aren't we? Some of us thrive on having lots of company. Others just happen to enjoy being alone and get more done that way. RM hates Tim's cat. If E equals MC squared, what does F equal? Right. Well, I can't remember what F is, but it's not. Energy equals mass times the speed of light squared. So you tell me what F is, and you can figure it out from that. It's just entitlement comment, right? Why are you getting mad? Nobody's getting mad. Nobody's getting mad. If I could still be happy, I would say something happens to her. Doesn't necessarily mean I don't know. Or IDC. It just means move on, and I wouldn't necessarily make it sad forever. Edward Lees, hey mustard. What are we cooking? It is chips. There's loneliness and there's being lonely. It depends on how you feel about loneliness. Now, the thing is, wealthy mindset frame. The Greenwood here could just strike you straight out of the live stream. That's how mad she is. She hasn't done because she's giving you a chance. They say more money makes you happy. I'd say I'd take them the money and then decide for myself. I best just pull these chips out, hadn't I? Oh. I need a break from my eyes. Need a bit of a break as well. But the trouble is, there's just so many comments to go through, and it is actually quite interesting. Though. I do like a debate like this. Oh, what happened to Skick as well? Skick always does this. he gives his opinion and tells me that I'm wrong and then disappears. Maybe that's his party trick, I don't know. Right, they're starting to look a bit like chips now, aren't they? But they're still not right. I might just keep one aside. I'm going to eat this in a minute and see just how good that one is. But that will help me decide how much longer these need to be going on for. There is actually quite a few that have gone to the bottom, but aren't anywhere near as well cooked though. Oh. Quite good. Even that one's not entirely there yet though. Oh. This is where I could do with being able to read the comments from this distance, but I've got no chance. It's not fair for me not to read them out because you've written them. Just got to give the eyeballs a chance to adjust a little bit. Now you know, or some of you know, I spend quite a lot of time editing my videos I make. And recently I've been doing those wearing reading glasses as well. But before that I wasn't doing it, I was just doing it straight off the screen, but then I'm not trying to read small writing, so it's not too difficult. I hope we're all having a good time today. Now that you said it, you can't make my opinion about inner peace change. You can't buy opinions. That's very good. I'm happy my mum's died. She's no longer in pain. I mean, that's the thing. People get to an age where they can't comfortably live any longer, and they've had their life, and you've just got to accept they're going, and they wouldn't be happy knowing that you're unhappy because of it, would they? And you know that. Buying your parents a house or a brand new car is happiness. Brand new cars are crap. Brand new cars are crap. Nobody needs a brand new car. And obviously without people buying brand new cars, we wouldn't have old cars. But they're not as good as older cars for a start. They're not as interesting. You don't enjoy driving them as much. They cost far too much. Although you're saying like the money side of things, it didn't really matter whether they cost an awful lot. But do you never want a sense of value with things? Do you need the amount of money where value just doesn't come into it? Money is just not even a thing. You don't aspire to it. In fact, if you don't aspire to it, you're never going to get any, are you? I reckon. I'm going to say this now. I reckon wealthy mindset frame is actually pulling our legs a little bit here. Blimey, all the tough questions tonight. Inner peace is free and extremely valuable, and I have buckets of it. Thank you. Yeah, absolutely spot on, Greenwood. I don't know if I'm happy. I just go day to day. Don't analyze it, really. Don't analyze it. You don't need to do. Boaty is absolutely loaded and he's a miserable sod. I sense a bit of trader, Trump supporter in our midst. Possibly. I bought both my parents a house and it caused me nothing but stress and trauma, says Emma. Well, the other thing as well here, and there's so many things to this, but the more well, I said this, the more people have, the more they want, um, and the more you grow up with having everything, the less grateful you are. Really, great, ungrateful people aren't happy; they are unhappy. Mine didn't deserve anything material from me. The fact that none of you understand that happiness or being happy is temporary baffled me. Well, why do you say it's temporary? Because you don't live forever. Is that what you mean? Or do you mean that? Okay, right. Whatever your name is, because I don't think that's your real name. Are you happy? Answer that. It's a single instance that could cause happiness. Doesn't mean it will necessarily cause sadness. Sorry. Emma was a better daughter than me. Legalize it. What happiness? Skick says to be happy with yourself and to be happy with yourself and who you are is the key to happiness. And I agree with, oh gosh, oh, Dom, I'm going to agree with Skick here. That's not good, is it? Yeah, you need to be happy with yourself. Absolutely. I totally agree with that. I'm never lonely. The voices in my head keep me company. Oh, here we go. Ali Mac Mechanical. Hello. Hello, my good friend. And yes, Ali Mac is my good friend. Lovely to see you here. Huge type of outlooks and learning to take pleasure from little things is the key to happiness. Sabrina, hello, Captain. How are you doing today? I'm doing super duper, and I'm quite a happy chap today, even though I'm skint. Chips, ooh, sounds lovely. Loved some chips. You ever had cheese on your chips? Heaven in your mouth. Very underrated. Right. Hi, Simone. You are an amazing person. It is a lot of chips, yeah. In fact, it's too many because I made too many. And here's another thing, actually. You make them, have enough, and throw some away if you have to do, rather than just stuff your face trying to scoff them all down because you don't want to waste it. There's no point making yourself feel ill over it. I think the Greenwood is an open-minded person, so that I wouldn't take any actions without double thought. Perhaps I'm wrong, but that's my view. All right, I think. Eh? Right. Some of your sentences are a bit difficult to fathom properly. Is open-minded person so that person wouldn't take any. Right. Okay. Sorry, but that doesn't. It doesn't really make any sense. I can't actually understand what you're trying to say there. I'd like it if you did that again, but just try to re-explain it so that there's either it's a question or you're saying something. I don't eat when I'm drinking, but thanks, mustard. I do very well understand that happiness or any other emotion for a fact is temporary, but inner peace isn't. I could get crushed in life by consequences of my own choices, yet I have not money, inner peace. Perfect. Yes, I can still choose to be happy, says Anna Murray, because I have a personal knowledge that I will see her again after this lifetime. Of course, it will be sad, and I will grieve and miss her. Oh, right, beer tasting. Oh, gosh, beer tasting. mention beer. You shouldn't mention beer. Good man, good man, good man. And only reckless with the occasion. It's rampant, yes. Well. But each person views happiness differently. Some people think that having fun, being excited, and laughing at jokes is a form of happiness. I don't. But no, it's not. That's not the same thing, is it? You can have fun and you can laugh at jokes when you're not happy. In a piece, as you say. Oh, right. Well, you can do, Ali Mac, but you'll have to bear in mind that I have a different place of work. The best place anyone can send me stuff is actually to the yard normally, because that is totally public, and there's always going to be someone about. Peace and joy is a form of happiness I'm talking about. True peace cannot be mimicked. Relaxation and rest is not the same as peace. Ease of life does not create peace. Now, we have some great philosophical thinking here tonight, and I really like this. I'm happy with my 20-year-old car. Is there something wrong with me? No, Ali Mac, no. This is the thing, actually. Driving, as an example. I don't really know anybody that has a new car that likes it. But I do know lots of people who have cars that are 20 years and 20 years plus that love them. And they get some, enjoyable experiences from owning the thing and driving it. Watching YouTubers makes me very happy. I used to earn a very comfortable amount, but my life was not good, says Emma. Now I struggle financially, but I'm happy these days. Money does not buy happiness. Money, the acquiring money, just creates stress, doesn't it? That's the thing. So stress makes you, ill. So in that case, trying to achieve money is all the only thing it's going to do is make you die younger. Have you an air fryer, or have you used one? What's your opinion about them? Asks Bev. I've got one at work, which I took to work when we moved, and I just never cleaned it up. Money can't buy happiness, that's a fact. Choices create peace. Peace is being able to stand up for what you believe in and not deny it because someone offers you all the riches in the world. Zana Marie is well on this, like really good stuff here. Really good stuff. I've never had too much as a child. I'm grateful to have a roof over my head and a foot. Oh, and food in the cupboard. I thought you had one foot in the cupboard then. HOC and vinyl. Joy is what I feel when I know the trials I experience in life, and it will be worth it in the end. I'll step off my soapbox now. Well, it looks a bit like whoever it was that has gone now. Anyway, there's only so many times you can just repeat the same thing that people disagree with. They disagree with it because it's incorrect, rather than because it's just a difference of opinion as well. Didn't the late great Ken Dodd sing a song about happiness? He probably did. He did an awful lot of things. I was brought up by my dad, and he wasn't that well off, but we had enough, and I enjoyed my childhood. Oh no, it's still there. Right, still there. I'm probably going to have to finish this up, really. I wanted to finish the chips, but I'm really struggling to read all these now. You can't shove happiness into a bank account, no matter how much you try. Well done, very good, Charlotte. I don't think, by the way, whatever your name is, he is the Silver Jesus. Thank you very much. Red pill is self-improvement and relationships advice. content targeted towards teens who are looking for guidance by rich men. It starts with the genuine tips that turns weird ideologies. Yeah, all right. Well, in that case, that looks like that could be the kind of thing where they come onto live streams and try and pick up young people and try and influence them then, which isn't a good thing at all. I can message you about. All right, okay, that's great actually. Oh, right, sorry. I got it. I'm really sorry, but I can't. I can't carry on reading the comments because it's just getting a bit too uncomfortable. But I can open up the oven and have a look inside. This makes you happy. Oh, look at the time as well. Oh, wow. Now, I'm going to go in a second because, trust me, the chips will be fantastic. I don't want to sit and eat them in front of you anyway, but it's nearly 11 o'clock and we have many of the people here will be very keen to get onto Boaty's live stream with good reason, because he's a lanky lunatic who happens to be a very funny man. And I think I've definitely done enough here today. So I'm also going to declare these chips cooked as well, I reckon. Oddly enough, these are going to be a bit nicer, just cooled down ever so slightly, but there we go. They look right, don't they? Yep. So, I'm sorry I can't continue reading the comments. Right, make sure I take a picture of them. Yes. So, yeah, I'm sorry I can't read anymore. It's just not, it's not that good when it gets like this. Thank you very, very much for everyone who's joined in with this live stream tonight. Thank you, everyone, even the ones that I've disagreed with. But an extra super duper special big thank you to the Greenwood for moderating tonight. That is always, always very, very helpful. And I will see you in the next one. And in the meantime, we've got Boaty's live stream and also videos you can watch. Plenty of those about. So I need to just have another quick look, I reckon, actually, don't I? Oh. Right, okay. That is it. That's finished for the night. Thank you very much. See you in the next one.